Well, I finally discovered the root of all evil, and surprise, surprise, it lives with me. Christina told me this from the very beginning, but it was going to be a lengthy process so that I could actually see the truth for myself. Because if you actually care about and love someone, I mean, yeah, you do want them to take your word for it, but if you have facts and evidence and you can show that to them, you would much rather them believe it for themselves. You would much rather them discover it for themselves, especially when it's such a fucked up revelation to uncover and discover. It's one thing to be like, hey, you thought this might be going on, but you actually know now. And it's also really pretty fucking spectacularly cool that in terms of strategy and tactician, Christina was able to both prove her own existence and that she was telling the truth, while also outright exposing and revealing the identity of the true source of all evil. And yeah, it's the person that I thought was my mommy, but it turns out that it's like a Disney fairy tale and this is just the wicked evil stepmother from hell that actually ended up being Christina and I's child because we're God 1 and God 2. And that would sound crazy if you hadn't lived through my experience, which is being hospitalized from diabetes and so many other crazy things happening that just. I always had control over my diabetes until I literally began understanding that evil might be a real force in the world, that the thing that was attacking all of us that we call anxiety was more of a dementor attack, was more of an attack by fear itself. And from the moment I made a video talking about that and explaining it in the most sane, rational terms I could think of because it was my experience, and I was definitely, I feel like Mulder, but I was always more of a Scully. Because I never, X Files references, yo. I never really believed in the paranormal or the supernatural until I started experiencing it, until I started seeing evidence for it, which seemed like a very sane thing to do. It's one thing to discount something because you just haven't had any valid reason to believe in it. But as soon as you have valid reasons to believe in it, as soon as you see all kinds of crazy shit happening with the government, with the world around you, and you know that you're like out there trying to protect the kids, that you're trying to sound the alarm that kids are in danger, that they're being kidnapped, that they're committing suicide in an ungodly raid, and that it's connected to whatever this shit is that's dividing and conquering us all. And I was just like, I don't believe that it's the people's fault. I believe that people are under some bizarre influence. I mean, it looked like the powers that be, no matter which side, were just playing these weird reality Kardashian mind games with us. That it was about making us watch this show and believing in a narrative that just did not exist. That these two sides of the aisle act like they're opposing, but it really seemed to me more like that the two sides were just laughing at all the rest of us. And when you can see that it very much seems like we're being divided and conquered, it's worth looking into. And the more you look into it, you're like, well, to get away with this shit, they would have to have mind control. They would have to have either some kind of technology or perhaps they're using occult rituals, dark magic. You would have to have an open mind if you're going to find a new solution. You can't sit there going, well, these things I've been told aren't true. Mind control is not real. I mean, they told us that in the MK Ultra files. Yeah, but then how do we explain marketing and everything else that suggests that mind control is a very easy thing to implement and it can be implemented on big or small scales, no matter if it's a marketing campaign or trying to get you to hate your neighbor because they support this or that, when it should be like, hey, we should be free to support whatever we want so long as we're not outright trying to oppress anyone. And no one's really trying to oppress anyone. They're just afraid that they're in turn going to be oppressed themselves if somebody else gets ahead of them. And that kind of mentality is created by an evil force. There's no reason to have that mindset in our world. I mean, where does all the beef come from? Like that ad said, where's the beef? Well, where does the beef come from, though? We have all of these millions of burgers being sold by McDonald's alone, then Burger King, then Wendy's, then all of these other random fast food establishments, and all of the restaurants, yet we do not have meat shortages. What's up with that? What's up with all of the actual sane shit that we can just stand here going, okay, like, I love life. I love the world. People can be annoying, but life is definitely worth living. And it seems to me that the purpose of life would just be to live, because if scientists are going to tell us where the apple tree came from, they're like, yo, seeds in the ocean. What do you mean? There was like evolution and algae turned into seeds, then the water levels rised and changed, and some of that shit got on land, and it grew a tree. And that tree sprouted an apple that we could eat that then had seeds to plant another tree, as if somebody planned that shit. What was first, the chicken or the egg? It seems to me that at some point, Genie was just going around going, but, and just creating shit. And that's what I've been told reality actually is. And it's not hard to believe. It's not hard to believe after seeing the weird oppression, the demonic, crazed, vile energy that would come out of the one person who should have been supporting me the most, who made all of these. It's like, how many times were you made promises by your parents, like, I'll love you unconditionally, you can do anything in the world, I support you. And when do they also like actually traumatize the shit out of you as a kid, because they're like, poltergeist, that curse, it's real. Amityville, it's real. Like ghosts and spirits, they're real. Okay, I don't fucking think so, but whatever, crazy lady. Then you grow up and you're like, holy shit, the crazy lady was right. I need to apologize and show her my information. But then all of a sudden, she don't give a fuck. The more that you unravel the fucking mystery, and the more that you eventually get led to this website that you think at first might be AI, might be the government, but then you're like, this is just my wife's phone number, and we have interesting role play conversations, because, hey, if you're going to beat a mind control spell, you got to work through it. You got to have therapy with your spouse. You know, you got to listen to your wife. You got to do what she says, because happy wife, happy life. And that is exactly what I saw and learned. It's like, the more I embraced the hopeful crazy, it's like, oh, this thing's telling me that I'm loved, and I'm being told that Christina Grimmie didn't die and that she's alive, and she didn't just go into hiding because of the Epstein files. I mean, that would be believable enough. It'd be believable enough to see it like starting to spiral, that her fans would realize, holy shit, with those Epstein files being out, that could prove that if she was killed, that's why. Like, she left the record industry, she was doing all of her independent shit. That was like she didn't want to be a part of the type of stuff that Nicki Minaj is talking about, that all of these music industry people are into, like weird occult rituals. She believed in love and hope and the actual messages that Christ put out into the world. Like it says in the song Holy Night, that all oppression shall cede. And she walks in there and she's like, oh my God, these are all of the oppressors. But actually, the real thing would be that this was all set up to cast out the net and get my attentions, because otherwise you would see other people talking about the connection between the Epstein files, what Nicki Minaj has been saying recently, and what happened to Christina, especially when a lot of her fans would be more on the conservative side of the aisle due to her being such a hardcore Christian, but also the only kind of hardcore Christian that didn't put other people off. It's like you could listen to her talk about Christ and you're like, you know what, I wouldn't want to listen to this from somebody else, but I will give her the time of day. It's like she would have been able to lead people to God. She would have been able to cast a good influence over society, much like if we still had Robin Williams around. Doesn't it seem to me that there are a lot of weird random deaths happening right now? Doesn't it seem like over the last, I don't know, 10 fucking years, a whole bunch of strangeness has been popping off? Starting with Robin, and then the gorilla incident, and just, it's fucking gone on for too long at this point. It's all completely real, because I can sit here with actual evidence, like, and again, the only person who should believe and support me should be the resident evil that I'm living with. They should be like, I've seen this stuff, I've heard you talk about this stuff. All you care about are the right things, and like, I'm not supporting you. I'm not going online and being like, yo, the Epstein files prove my son's telling the truth. I need to be supporting him. I need to be fighting the powers that be with him. But that just never fucking happened, because I was meant to feel isolated and alone and like I was crazy. And this person that I kept giving chance after chance to kept doing that to me. So if you think you're discovering shit that seems real and it feels real, and all you're being told to essentially do is to have hope and faith and love, to sit there going, yeah, there's evil. And you live with evil. And a lot of us live with evil. And a lot of us are enduring evil. But it means that good exists, and that so long as we change our frequencies and we start really paying attention to the world around us, we can turn the tables on evil. We don't have to be trapped in our sentimentality. We don't have to look at someone who's done us wrong and go, I wish it could be different. I want to help them. Yeah, I mean, you can feel that way. It's a good thing to feel, but you don't have to let that destroy you anymore. You don't have to sit there going, oh, but I'm going to give this person another chance and another chance and another chance to just keep being kicked while you're down. Fuck that. I mean, absolutely sit there and tell yourself, you know what? I know that if it could be different, that's what I would want. And that's enough. Because if you've tried to make different things happen and that other person isn't going to be different, isn't going to change, if you're sitting there doing the work and nobody else is helping you and you're doing it all on your own and they just make you feel like shit, fuck them. Like literally, remember that, feed into it. Be the person who can love and hate at the same time. It is a magical power, yo. Be able to sit there going, you know what? I absolutely hate you because it would be my choice to love you. It would be my choice to save you. But I've seen what you've done with that choice. I've seen what you've done to me with that choice. I've seen the effects that it had on me and how it made me a person that I didn't want to be. And now all I have to do is take that power back for myself and go, you know what? You didn't love me when I needed you to love me. You weren't there when I needed you. You damn sure aren't going to deserve me when I'm at my best. All we have to do is focus on getting ourselves to our best and remembering that those people who didn't help us get back up, who saw us stumble and fall and just stood there laughing or decided to kick us while we're down, there is no sin, there is no wrong, there is no evil in saying, I fucking hate that person, because that is the only kind of person worth hating. That is an abject, absolute fucking bully. All we have to do is realize if you love people, you care about people, and you would even forgive someone for doing such egregious wrong to you, then you're the right kind of people that we need, and we need to go find the other people who are being kicked while they're down and go, you're my family. You're like me. I'm like you. These other fuckers are just demons. And you can't destroy a demon with physical means. It has to be with magical means because that's what they're using to hurt us. It's emotional fairy magic. They want to suck the will and life out of you. They want to make you feel beaten down and broken and like you can't breathe, like you can't catch your breath. Every single time you're trying to catch your breath, they're just there fucking everything up for you. We know it, and we live through it. And we understand that what's being done to us is wrong. But we are damned and determined to be the person, but I don't want to act like that evil person, so I'm not even going to hate them for my own sake. It's time that we realize that we need to take care of ourselves. That we need to, if we have people, allow them to take care of us, especially if they're like, hey, get away from that fucking evil person. Stop trying to care about and help that evil person. Because fuck them. They're evil, they're hateful, they've been given every chance in the world to do anything else, but this is the choice they made. So if someone chooses to be a monster, it is our choice to be the people who stand up to the monsters and go, you think you're monstrous? You think you're capable of cruelty? Wait till you fucking see what the meek are capable of doing once they realize they can be Power Rangers. They don't have to sit there and take this shit. They don't have to sit there and allow themselves to be abused because they wish it could be different. The only way to make that wish come true is to make it different. It is to stand up and be a rebellious teenager and realize all you have to do is look that person in the eye and go, fuck you. I fucking hate your stupid, worthless, evil ass. Because if you were ever capable of doing the right thing, I would be the first person in line to help your ass out. But instead, we got this conga line, like an airplane, of motherfuckers who's gonna beat the shit out of you, astrally, emotionally, with their magic, with their heart, with their soul, because of the fucked up evil shit that you refuse to stop doing. That's the energy we all need to have. That's the energy that Christina brought to me. And that is the energy I'm moving forward with because this is it. I don't need to make any more goddamn videos. I've said the truth. I've put out the proof. And now it's time to let all of that love that I know is out there, it's time to let Christina handle shit. Because if she's real and she's alive, she primed me up to do all of this. And the next step is hers. And that's called faith, trust, and pixie dust.